How you guys doing today? Spencer here from Rover Sports. The Shill wanted to just talk about the ongoing saga that is the Dallas Cowboys here. I wanted to do a little live stream. So, basically, can the Cowboys win the Super Bowl this year? And my honest opinion is if the Cowboys win the NFC Championship, I'll be completely and totally stunned. I'm stunned that the Cowboys are 10-1. I'll admit that I didn't see it coming. Now, when you look at all the teams that the Cowboys have played this year, they've played the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Steelers haven't looked like the Steelers this year. They lost to the Eagles. The Steelers have dropped some games that they shouldn't have this year. With Big Ben Roethlisberger, their defense isn't the same, and you look at the whole NFL, and it's pretty unbelievable that other than the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, there's really no dominant teams in the NFL. Like last year, you had the Denver Broncos, you had Peyton Manning's leadership, you had Von Miller, Doomerville, where you just had some incredible players on the Denver Broncos last year. And even Arizona, Matthew, Peterson, Carson Palmer playing at a much higher level. Palmer and Aaron Rodgers, I still kind of trust Aaron Rodgers, but it's unbelievable to see how far the pack have fallen. Teddy Bridgewater's not in for Minnesota. Adrian Peterson's out. Their offensive line is as bad as I can ever remember. So the Vikings are struggling. The Lions are barely surviving games. They don't have a winning culture yet. It's unbelievable to see the Lions winning the NFC North. I mean, this whole NFL season's been so peculiar. And to see the Raiders get on a roll like they have, a team that has a struggling defense, a team that hasn't won in such a long time. When you have a quarterback with exceptional leadership that can win games late, it goes a long way in this NFL because you have Derek Carr who's winning games, Dak Prescott is winning football games because of leadership, because of belief. I could just never see a team, though, that's coached by Jason Garrett and Rod Marinelli and a defense that even has an injured Claiborne. Anthony Brown got burned by Deshaun Jackson. No secondary to speak of. Their defensive line, although they play well at home and they're probably going to be formidable in the playoffs. Sean Lee's a good player. Wilcox played well yesterday. I just don't know if I can see the Cowboys honestly going to a championship. I can't, because I don't think that their defense is good enough to. I think Seattle can beat them in a one-game scenario. I think that if the Packers somehow got in as a wild card, they'd be dangerous. I think the Eagles should have beaten the Cowboys. I think the Giants are going to beat them in a couple of weeks, just like they did at the beginning of the season, because the Giants' defense is turning elite as the season comes into its home stretch. So, I can respect Ezekiel Elliott. I can respect the offensive line. I can respect that Dak Prescott is an unbelievable improviser like a Russell Wilson, and that he makes intermediate throws in his sleep, and that Dez is coming into his own, that Terrence is playing well, that Bryce Butler, Cole Beasley. I can respect that Cole Beasley's having his best season as a pro this year. I just don't see that defense going to a championship, especially not over Seattle. It just seems like a one-and-done defense. It seems like a defense that if you have an elite quarterback come in to play against them, like even a Julio and a Matt Ryan or an Aaron Rodgers, that's a team that's going to get beat in the playoffs. The Giants can beat them, and Eli Manning can come out of nowhere. It seems like a year where the Giants can even make a Super Bowl because teams can flat out come out of nowhere. As I mentioned, quarterback play is down. There's no teams that are playing well on both sides of the football. teams are just getting younger. That's why the NFL, I think the ratings are going down because the product is almost getting stale, and the teams that are elite, it's just crazy how two rookies can come into the league and can dominate like they're doing. It's pretty outstanding stuff, and it's a little frustrating because you think that you look at the NFL, it's such a prideful league that players should have to take their lumps before coming in and just dominating people. And you look at the Panthers, I mean, is it really Josh Norman? Is it really him leaving why the Carolina Panthers aren't good anymore? Why is Carson Palmer not good anymore? Crazy, crazy year in the NFL this year. Crazy year, but I don't see the Cowboys getting to the championship. I just don't. Again, I don't think their defense is good enough. They smell like a one-done team in the postseason. Their defensive scheme is to just let underneath throws just to let teams have underneath throws. That's basically it, folks. I appreciate you guys hanging with. Rover Sports, up and out. See ya.